Hello friends. So today we'll be performing some DBMS queries on MySQL. So let's start. As we had discussed in our previous tutorial that RDBMS is a set of related tables and a huge database which consists of all related tables forms one RDBMS schema. So as you can see, we have taken an HR database with tables like employees, job history, jobs, locations, and departments. Let's have a look at how to add a database. There are three basic steps. First, create a schema, then create tables, and then add data into the tables. As you can see, currently we have these CSV files which we would like to add into the schema, that is HR database. So basically we have departments, employees, jobs, job history, and locations. So these are all our CSV files which we would like to store in the HR database. Now, as an example, here is our department's CSV file, and as you can see, we have 4 columns, all with different values. Similarly, we have employees CSV file having these columns, and there are some values filled in for these columns. And likewise, we have many different other CSV files, and all the data are stored in these CSV files. We will add these tables into the MySQL database which we already created in the last tutorial. So here it is tutorial 1, and you just have to give your password. And as you can see, we have a MySQL Workbench ready. Now first we need to check the server status, and here it is showing it is running, so we are good. And now let's have a check. So basically here we have a default schema. Now we would like to add our own schema. So just click on the add button in the above panel. You can give a name, a preferred name. Let's give tutorial 1 and click on the apply button. So as you can see, you can also create the schema with the help of a query. So the query creates schema, or you can just add the way we added automatically. And here it was successfully applied to the database. So our schema is ready. As you can see on the left panel, we have a tutorial 1 schema. Now we have 2 schemas, so there is a chance of collision. For that, we have to set one of these as a default schema. So let's set the one which we made as a default schema. And so there are different sets over here. The tables are empty, so the tables, the CSV files that we already created, we will add into these tables from the add button in the above panel. So you can name a table, you can give column names with data types to each column and set it as a primary key. You can have your indexes and you can even set your foreign key. Or else you can write a query to create a new table. So here we created a table employees having the following columns. As you can see, we have employee ID, first name, last name, the SSN, birth date, sex, address, job ID, salary, manager ID, and department ID. We have set data type to each of these. So here we have kept, for example, employee ID, the limit to the character is 9, so it cannot exceed 9 and it cannot even accept null. Similarly, we have limit set to first name, last name, etc. And employee ID is our primary key, which is unique. So once it is done, you just click on it. And it is a good habit to refresh once you have added a table, or you can even refresh later after you have added all tables. So as you can see, we have an employees table ready in the left panel. Similarly, we can have tables for job history. Again, here we have two primary key. One is employee ID and job ID. And once you click on the above button, it will save the table. And you can see bottom that it is showing query completed. Now you have some panels where you can see the status and how much is affected, what is the duration time. Similarly, we can have tables for jobs. We have the following columns, and job ID is our primary key. Here we have kept the minimum salary and the maximum salary. The data type is maximum, so it accepts 10 before the decimal point and 2 after the decimal point. Again, as you can see, the table is created, and once we have created all the tables, it will be reflected in the left panel, the departments table, and the department ID is our primary key. Here we have got an error. The primary key which we have set is department ID and this DEPT. So there's nothing like DEPT. We have set department ID as DEP. So once you correct it, as you can see, it will show that it is successful, and the table will be created. Similarly, we have a locations table, and we have the following columns to the location table. Again, here we have two primary keys. One is location ID and one is the department ID. And once again, the table is created successfully. So after all the tables are created, we will just add into the tables. So refresh all, and when you refresh it, you'll see that all the tables have been created. Departments, employees, job history, jobs, and locations. Now it's time to import data into these tables, because right now we have just created a structure of the table. The data is not yet imported, so we'll be importing it from our CSV file. So wherever we have stored a CSV file, we'll just browse it and we'll copy the path. And as you can see, you just use the existing table. Your table must be under tutorial 1, that is your schema. Now here it is very important that you check whether the data is in the correct column. So department ID, the data, department name, the data. So it is very important to check whether all the data are in the correct column. And once it is done, you just import the data file and click on finish. So as you can see, 3 records have been imported, which will be the status given to us. Similarly, you can insert data or import data into all the other tables from the respective CSV files. Make sure that you have everything under your database, that is tutorial 1 that you created. And the other thing that you have to check is every data is in the correct column name. So you can have a check over here. You can check each and every data in the respective columns. And if there is some mistake, you can correct it, flip it from here. And once it is ready, you can just click on next. and click finish. So how much ever your records will be imported, it will be shown. And similarly, you can proceed for other tables too. After we have added all the tables, let's perform a simple query to look at whether the tables are correctly inserted or not. So as you can see, a simple query is performed over here, that is select star from departments. Your star means all, so it selects all the data, all the columns from the table departments. So the syntax of the query will be select star from table name. If we want to select a specific column, then you can just write the name of the column and from the table name. So that specific column will be selected and the data of that specific column will be displayed. So as you can see, we are selecting all the data from different tables. This is just to check whether we have inserted the data successfully or not. That's it. So we will do the same for remaining tables. Job history, jobs, and pretty much all. That's all for today, friends. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial and it's of some use. We'll meet in the next tutorial where we'll be performing queries and after that we'll be optimizing them. Till then, take care. Goodbye.